All right, so really quickly, the agenda for this class, we went over the welcome and housekeeping already. So we're going to do a course overview, and then we're going to be talking about your mobile office, your profiles, and your tools. And then again, just like we did with the 101 class, to a survey and a Q&A right at the end of that. So the course overview today, we're going to be talking about your mobile office. This includes Passport, eXp World, and the eXp World Tour. Your profiles include your eXp Enterprise and your Workplace. And then your tools are your Marketing Center, your KV Core, and your SkySlope. So we're going to be covering all of these things today in this course. And again, you are in Fast Start 102, setting up your eXp business. Let's start by talking about your mobile office. So the first thing I want to talk to you about is Passport. Passport is something that will be set up through the course of your onboarding. So if you are still in the onboarding process, your Passport probably has not been set up yet, which means that you won't be able to get into a lot of the things that we're talking about today. But if you're in that process, save the slide deck anyway, because all of these resources will be something that you can access probably in the next couple of days or maybe next week at the latest. All right, so the cool thing about Passport is it is a single sign-on for all of our eXp products and services. So your enterprise, your workplace, your marketing center, it gets you into the world and mobile versions of the app. You can use it for your email. The Passport basically lets you use one set of username and password credentials to get into all of those products and services. So instead of having to remember, 5 or 6 new usernames and passwords, you can just use one. The other cool thing is once you log into a program that's already in the stable of eXp products and services. So let's say you start your day using eXp Enterprise, which is your dashboard. We're going to talk about that a lot coming up, but the Enterprise is your dashboard for your business. So let's say you start with your eXp Enterprise in the morning, you log into your dashboard. Well, from that dashboard, you're going to be able to access different tools and apps and programs all under your eXp umbrella. And if you click on each of those from your enterprise, it's going to take you right to those and you're not going to have to sign in again. So not only does it keep you from having to memorize a bunch of new usernames and passwords, but it also keeps you from having to sign in over and over again when you're using all of these different products, which is really, really convenient, saves you some time, really cool thing. So like I said, Passport is set up through your onboarding process, but if you ever have a problem with it, let's say you're through your onboarding, you ever have a problem, it's either not letting you in or it's not working like it's supposed to, or you're having any issues with any of your other products and services that come from eXp. Our tech support department has set up a really awesome support ticket line that you can use to get any of your tech support issues handled remotely. So all you have to do is click on the link. I think you probably can see it down here at the bottom of this slide. Hopefully it's in green. Any of those links that you see in green, those are actually hyperlinks that you can click on and it'll take you to a resource. So the support ticket line is really cool because I don't know if you've been in tech support here. Our tech support department is really great, but tech support has about 20 full-time staff members, all right? And we just topped 28,000 for our agent count here at eXp, all right? So I'm not a mathematician, but 28,000 divided by 20, that's a pretty big number, right? So our tech support department is definitely outnumbered. However, they are super fast at resolving our tech issues. In fact, I think once your ticket is actually pulled and you're sitting with a tech support specialist, the average wait time is still under half an hour, even to get the big major tech issues handled. So they're really, really fast. But if you think a half an hour is fast, you should try using the support line if you have an issue with your tech stuff. Open a new ticket through the support line. I've seen tech support issues get handled in as quickly as 10 minutes by using this tech support line. Literally, they submit it, within 10 minutes, it's fixed. So fast, so convenient. Check out the link right there. Remember that link or support@expcloud.com. whatever you have to do to get to this tech support ticket, because this is really a fast and convenient way to get all of your tech support issues handled. But again, your passport is going to be something that you'll never realize that it's there unless it's not working. You know, it's one of those things. So if you ever have any issues with your passport or any of your other products, services, or equipment from eXp, use that new ticket line to get your tech support issues handled. All right, the next thing we're going to talk about for your business is eXp World. Most of us, our first real look into what eXp is on a guest pass into the world, right? Somebody gives us a pass, we come in, we check out the world, we create our avatars. Well, I can see that you've all done that, so awesome. You're already ahead of the game here. But eXp is our real estate office of the future. I mean, it really is the place where we can come virtually. And like we ran a little dialogue before the class started. Some of us were talking about where we're from, but we're going to do a little bit more in depth of a look at that and really illustrate just how powerful and just how widespread and what we have access to through eXp World during the course of this class. So I'm excited for that. It's always one of my favorite parts of the classes. But this is where you can gain instant live support from eXp's agent services, technology, and finance experts, all from wherever you're located. Now, we all know that eXp has a version of the world because we're all sitting in it. But what you might not know is that we also have a mobile version of the world. Right now, the mobile version of the world is a lot different than the world version of the application. All right, you're not going to have any avatars. You're not going to have any tickets. There's no buildings. You're actually not going to see anything at all except for a list of all the people who are in the room and listening into the conversation. But in fact, you can see down below, we say install eXp World Intercom to your mobile device. That's because the mobile version of the app is really like an intercom. It is a two-way radio, essentially. You can hear what's going on in meeting rooms and training rooms throughout eXp World. You can also open your microphone button up and contribute to the conversation verbally if you want to, but you won't be able to see screens. You won't be able to see any of the resources. You won't be able to see any of that stuff interactive in that way. But what the intercom is great for is, let's say, under normal circumstances, you're going to show a house, in the next, you got a 40-minute drive ahead of you to go show this house, right? But right during that time is when a meeting or training class that you've super been looking forward to and you really want to hear the content, it's happening right then during that drive. Well, as long as you have cell service, all you have to do is open your World Intercom app on your phone, choose the meeting room where your class is taking place, and you can listen to it while you're driving to that listing, as well as hit the button and contribute verbally, providing that you pulled over and you're in a safe place. You're not driving down the road just talking on your cell phone. But you can use it anywhere that you have cell service. In fact, I don't know if everyone can see, but if you look up in the upper left-hand menu, some of the members of our group today, their name is highlighted in green, and they have a little phone symbol right next to their name. That means that they're actually in this meeting on the mobile version of the app, which is pretty cool. So I don't know if you can all see that, but they're actually listening in right now. I encourage everyone, whether you ever think you're going to use it or not, I encourage you to download the app. We have it for both iOS and Android, so that's for your Apple and Google platforms. No matter what phone you're using, you can download it for that. It's a super small app. It takes up hardly any space on your phone. And the icing on the cake for me, and this is kind of a secret pro tip that I'm going to pass along. This should drive you all to go download the app right now. Sometimes in this world, especially if you've spent any amount of time in here, you'll find that you have audio issues. And sometimes they don't happen right away. You know, sometimes we come into a class, we're sitting here listening to someone talk, everything's great, we can hear everything. And then all of a sudden, for no reason, our audio goes away. You know, it's just gone. Or maybe you come in and it's really echoey, or you can't hear, you can't hear things because your mic is feeding back, or something's wrong with the audio. You're just not getting a good audio experience. A lot of times what I'll do is I will actually leave my avatar in the class. So sitting there so I can still see the screens, I can still see all the resources that are being presented, but I'll mute all the speakers on my computer and I'll open the mobile version of the app and join the room on my phone, because the mobile version of the app, the audio is almost always better than the audio that you'll get coming into the world version of the app. It's almost always better. So if you're someone who has a lot of audio issues, or you're trying to find a solution, or if you just find yourself in a class now where all of a sudden the audio goes out, now I've just told you how to fix it. But that's only going to work if you've already downloaded the application. And like my good friend Fernando said, it's a super quick download. He just did it. It's a super small app. It's going to be there for you right away, and you can go check it out and download it immediately. I wish they would add text chat option for the phone app. Yeah, you know, that would be cool for you to be able to get in. I'm sure that at some point in the future, you know, we'll be able to do all those kind of things. Verbella takes notes from us constantly. And yeah, being able to interact, even just having a version where you're sitting in the world and you can still see the screen, you know, from a mobile, you know, platform or whatever besides your laptop. Yeah, I agree. That would be a really great feature. So these are all considerations. You know, in the meantime, it's just one of those things that is a really great solution to some of those, you know, unique sometimes problems. Now, the next thing we're going to talk about is our world tours. So the reason why I get excited about these world tours is, well, there's actually a couple of really quick reasons. So I don't know if you can all see it. If you're in the room, there's a little button right next to the public chat box. So we're going to run a little experiment here and see how well you guys are using your world experience. But really quickly for me, if you're not afraid to be honest, how many of you, by clicking the raise hand button, have spent any amount of time stuck walking into a wall? Anybody when you came into the world? Anybody honest enough to admit they got stuck? Yeah, you know, that stuff happens, right? A lot of times we come into this world app and we have no idea how to use arrow keys. We don't know how to use our mouse. You know, we can't figure out how to get around. You know, how many of you have seen somebody do something really cool, like a backflip or a dance move or something, and you're like, oh man, how do I make my avatar do that? You know, really cool stuff. Yeah, there's all kinds of stuff around here that you know, that we don't naturally know how to do. That it's not just, it doesn't come intuitively. The really exciting thing about our world tours is, number one, they're done live. So it's with an actual avatar of one of our docents in the world that's up there at the information booth every day. They do these tours Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. Pacific, noon Pacific, and 2 Pacific, every day of the week except the weekend. They're doing these tours, and they're going to show you basic avatar function. They're going to show you how to walk around. They're going to show you how to do the avatar functions, the dance moves and the crying and the happiness and the jumping and the flips and all the secret avatar functions that aren't even in the menu up there. They're going to show you how to navigate eXp World by using not only the go-to menu, but kind of by using the little map in the lower right-hand corner and getting you acclimated, sort of familiar and how everything is used. And then they'll have a cool little Q&A session so that you can ask any questions that you have. World tours are absolutely fantastic. And we actually have a little bit of a surprise that we like to do related to the tours coming up near the end of the class today. So hopefully you can stick around to the end of the class. You know, we've started kind of trying to integrate something cool. So hopefully we can make that happen at the very end of the class here. But if not, or if you're just interested at all, Monday through Friday, at the times listed on this slide, you can join the docents at the that little orange circle that you can see a picture of in the slide. It's right behind the information booth, which is directly in front of the welcome area that you're in when you first log into the world. So super easy to find. Just take a step forward and you're right there. But make sure you check out these tours. I know my way around the world. I've used the app. I'm really comfortable with it now. I came in as a gamer already, so I was pretty comfortable. But I still jump on these world tours whenever I'm out and about and I see them running. I just love them. I think they're so fun, and our docents are so enthusiastic, and they have such great info, and they really are great at helping you figure out how to get started with your avatar in here. So if you have a chance, jump on one of those tours. I highly, highly recommend it. Exited a boat at the edge of the world. Oh, the Truman Show, you found the edge of the world. Yeah, no problem. There's some cool stuff out there if you can find it. And how to ride a boat. I love it. I love that you guys are out there experimenting. It's really cool. Let's see. What is the team suite on the mobile eXp intercom map? Yeah, so team suites are something that have just recently gotten set up. These are actually rooms that can get set up and customized for teams to use as their as a meeting place or something specific like that. So some of those rooms that are on there on the mobile version of the app are there for you to be able to access. They're not necessarily going to be every office and every place that we can meet in the world, because there are hundreds of them. But they put most of the major meeting places and rooms. And a lot of those rooms, like if you you'll see one that says like meeting places, you click on it, it might open up and have 4 or 5 other meeting places, that fall into that category. So sometimes you just have to kind of click on those and check them out while you're getting to know it. But the idea is eventually that we're going to try to have access to all of the rooms available through the mobile version of the app. It just takes time to build up. Okay. So let's talk about your profiles here. The first one we want to talk about is Enterprise. You probably heard me mention Enterprise is our dashboard tool just a few minutes ago. So Enterprise is usually where most agents will check in at the beginning of their day. You're going to come log into it. You can find it at www.expenterprise.com. You can click on that link right here in this slide. Actually, anybody who's been through onboarding and has their passport set up, I would like you to open Enterprise right now. So just click on that link, open it in your browser, log into it, just so you can kind of see in there. You don't really have to spend any time going through it too specifically right now, but I just want you to open it. There is going to be something that we're going to do in Enterprise, a couple of slides up coming, and so I just want you to kind of be ready for that option. Please make sure that you open your Enterprise. But this is your centralized location, your dashboard for all of your eXp tools and platforms. It gives you autonomy and greater visibility into crucial metrics and business intelligence, from a dashboard to view your transactions and commissions to a resource for marketing materials. No, it does not work with the guest pass. This is actually part of, it's your main dashboard for when you're onboarded with eXp. So no, unfortunately, if you're on a guest pass or if you're not through onboarding, you're not going to be able to get into your Enterprise yet. But once you are, and everybody else, make sure that you're clicking on there. And then as soon as you're through, you'll be able to go on and check it all out. But the Enterprise dashboard will kind of look like this. When you first log in, all right, you're going to see some of your tiles representing the different tools and platforms there. On the left-hand side, you're going to see a bunch of your different options, so places that you can click to open different menus and different things that you can look at in your Enterprise. So, for instance, if you're wondering where your transaction and revenue share info is stored, you can click on that little transactions button down there in the menu on the left-hand side. So this is just kind of a little bit of a look at what your Enterprise can do for you. We actually, sorry, before I move on, as you can see on the next slide, your expert profile. This is where you can update your personal information there. So we actually have an agent expert directory and search and find you, where other agents can go in and search and find you. And the information that directs them to you is put in there by you through your expert profile. So this is another place where you can fill out information and get people directed to you. So again, the Enterprise, we really want you to think of it as your dashboard. Okay, as the place where you're going to go, the place where you're going to log in and get started. Enterprise is going to be the main hub, because all of the different things that you can access daily, that you're going to want to access daily, those are going to be available through Enterprise. All right. The next platform that I want to talk about, and arguably one of the most powerful platforms we have here, maybe the most powerful platform we have here, is Workplace. We're going to spend a few minutes here just talking about this because I really love Workplace, and I want to make sure that you understand why I love it and how it can be really powerful for you. So Workplace is our networking hub at eXp. Like Facebook, it acts like Facebook, it feels like Facebook. There is a mobile version of the application, which you can see links for on this slide, as well as a mobile version of the chat application, which is just like Facebook Messenger. It is our direct messaging application that, to be 100% honest with you, 100% of the internal company communication that happens, especially in our department, especially as far as I'm concerned, it all happens through that Workplace chat app. I don't remember the last time I used email or another method of communication for internal, company communication. The mobile chat app, I use it for everything. Probably because I have it on my phone, and so my notifications are set to let me know, which means that I check it way more often than I should. But it's there, and so that's the way that we communicate internally. But the reason why it looks and feels and acts so much like Facebook is because it is Facebook. It was designed by Facebook for us to use as our workplace networking platform. However, it does not connect to your personal Facebook. It does not connect to any of your other social media. It is a standalone platform for social networking. Now, why is that powerful? I mean, we know what social networking is. We know what how we use it. We know what social media is. But how can this really be so powerful and help us here at eXp? But in order to demonstrate that, for a little bit of crowd participation. So this is going to be the little exercise that I talked about earlier, but it's also a fun little getting to know you time. So I'm going to ask you for two pieces of information, and if you could indulge me and type them down into the chat box. The first one I'd like to know is, how long have you been in the real estate business? How long have you been doing this crazy biz of ours? All right, we got 6 months, 19 years right out the gate. 1 year, 5 days. Oh, I love it. A month, 3 years. Excellent. Not long enough. Yeah, Terrence, you're in the perfect place. Not long enough. 1 year. That's great. 30 days. All right, newbie. Oh, brand new. I love it. 7 days over 5. Okay, this is cool. This is cool. I am going on 25 years. Oof. Jeez Louise. All right, 15. Okay, 2. Awesome. Oh, this is going to be so cool. All right, so the next piece of information, well, we got a couple more answers coming in. The other piece of information I would like is, where are you located geographically? So I'm working out of my home office in Sacramento, California today. Do past lives count? Were you a realtor in a past life? Then yeah, throw the numbers. Minnesota. Hampstead, love it. Maryland, Texas, Arizona. Oh, this is going to be so good. This is going to be so good. Truckee, Southwest Florida, Klamath Falls. All right. Greensboro, Kansas. Perfect. Austin. Boston. Dallas. Excellent. Okay. Got a couple of more of those answers coming in. Again, first, I just want to express my gratitude. Thank you so much, not only for being here, but also for contributing to the conversation. It helps so much. All right. So how does this help demonstrate how powerful Workplace is, though? So right now we have about 116 of us in the room, especially for a class in World. This is always a decent sized class. So 116, 117 of us. Awesome job. I'm going to say, I'm just going to round it down because the number fluctuates between about 110 and 120. So I'm going to round it to 115 right in the middle. So 15 of us in this room. And of those of us, yeah, we can't go anywhere else. That's right, Lisa. So of those 115 of us in the room, we have everything from brand new to the business, right, to over 25 years of experience. just in this room alone, just in the 115 of us. From one side of the United States to the other, top to bottom, all the way up in Canada, enormous geographical footprint just in this room alone, just in the 115 of us. So imagine all of that level of experience, all of those different levels of experience, all of that geographical representation, times not 115, but times 28,000 agents, plus over 500 full-time staff members at eXp. And they all have one workplace. They're all connected to the same networking hub. Tell me a place where you can go right now, besides eXp Workplace, to get access to 30,000 agents of all those different levels of experience and geographical representation, to get help with support and training, to get resources, to network, to get referrals, to give referrals, to reach out socially, just to plug in and hear a friendly voice, to ask questions, to answer questions, to promote yourself, to find out what other people are doing. There are over 2,000 groups on Workplace, everything from water cooler chat, where you can just talk to other agents all over the world about anything you want, movies, music, what's going on in the world around you, the news, whatever you want to talk about. They have training and support groups. They have specific groups to your geography. They have groups for pets if you just want to go post pictures of your animals or look at pictures of other people's animals, right? The on-demand video library is a group on Workplace right now. So many different ways for you to get plugged in and get access to and get support and get training and get help and offer all those things as well. Workplace is truly a fantastic place to be. If you can see the slide, hopefully you're following along, you can get to Workplace and confirm your profile right there. I'm going to encourage you, go on to Workplace right now, find my name, just type my name into the search bar and hit follow. I follow back every single person who follows me, every agent, every staff member who follows me on Workplace. I follow them back and we add to our network. I am in touch with a ton of people because I teach a ton of different classes. I attend a ton of different classes. I have a ton of different resources, and I would love to be another resource for you here at eXp. So come find me, ask me questions, ask for help, ask for directions, point out things that need fixing, point out things that you think could use help. I also left the slide up for my friend Candace. If you can see that, if you can see the slide up here, Candace Garcia, she is our staff instructor here at eXp. She teaches this class most of the time except Mondays. So she teaches Tuesday through Thursday, as well as a ton of other classes especially in and around the Fast Start series. Candace Garcia is an amazing resource as well. Make sure you go follow her on Workplace. She would love to be a resource for you as well. But don't ever feel like you're alone, especially those of you who have just come over and you don't really know anybody, maybe except your sponsor, maybe just the people that you've talked to in onboarding. You know, it can be kind of an overwhelming thing getting started, but I encourage you, go in there and find us, follow us, and we'll follow you back and we'll help you get going here at eXp. That's what we're here for. That's what we want to do. And I also, one other thing, and this is the selfish aspect of why I want you to follow me, okay? But I love meeting our new agents as they come in. And I love when you come follow me and I get to follow you back when you're just getting started here, because that means that I get to watch your journey here at eXp. It's so exciting for me to see somebody come to one of my classes and say, oh, you know, great class. I got a ton of great information. Thank you. And then 6 months later, they're going, look at this achievement. Look at this production goal. Look at this success I'm having. And I get to go, oh my God, how I get to congratulate you. I get to follow along and watch your success and watch you grow and be excited with you. So on the side of it, I just love to see that. Love to see your success. So please let me be part of that if you would. You know, that's the selfish aspect of it. But for you, I would love to be a resource for you. So I won't harp on it. Come find us. Anybody, me, Candace Garcia, Curtis Dixon is another one. Anybody that, you know, is dedicated. And we have a hashtag that we use. in our department that really you'll start seeing around the world a lot. But I'm putting it down in the chat box. This is our hashtag. This is our mantra. We in our department are agent success obsessed. We are truly obsessed with your success here. So please allow us to be part of that and follow along with you. Okay, that's the last thing I'm going to say about it. And I'm going to move on to your tools. Hey, thanks. All right, so one of the craziest, coolest tools that we have here at eXp is our marketing center. In our marketing center, you can download customizable marketing materials, read the brand guidelines, find logos, and order yard signs and business cards. The links for both our marketing center and the logos and brand guidelines are right here on this slide. Now, I'm going to throw in a personal anecdote about our marketing center. And I will preface it by saying this. I am not a licensed real estate agent. I never have been. All of my experience has been in title insurance, in customer service, so working alongside our sales reps from the title side. So I was familiar with real estate things, and real estate business, but I didn't work directly in that. But I did get a chance to see a lot of the marketing materials that were being presented to our agents through that. And then, of course, being here at eXp, I've just been absolutely inundated and saturated with all of the real estate stuff and all the stuff we have here. So I've become a lot more of an expert on these things. But our marketing center was a huge part of that. And it started by me attending the marketing center training class that we offer. You can find that at expcloud.com on the calendar site. I recommend the Marketing Center training class for anyone that's interested in marketing at all, especially those of you who have never done it before. If you've never created a marketing piece, if you have no marketing pieces in your arsenal, if you're daunted or at all intimidated by the idea of developing marketing pieces and all of those things, I absolutely unequivocally, I recommend that you take the Marketing Center training. It is going to make you an expert on how to use it. In that class, we actually opened the eXp Marketing Center. And I followed along because I thought, I'm here, I'm recording the class, I might as well check it out. So I went into the Marketing Center. I was able to open a template. There are hundreds of templates already there ready for you to customize and use. I was able to open an open house template, completely update it with all of my information. It was beautiful. It was all in full color. Lots of great information. There was a picture of a house, somebody's house. I don't know. It was a fake, open house flyer or whatever. But I was able to completely customize it, make this beautiful thing, and then download it as a PDF. And in the Marketing Center class, they even show you how to start building your ad strategies, start building some of your farming ideas, and then you can actually even start ordering your pieces and working some of your farming right through the Marketing Center using the tools that are in there. The Marketing Center at eXp is truly a phenomenal resource. I highly recommend that you go check it out. And I cannot recommend enough the Marketing Center training class. It is a game changer for sure. It changed my whole perspective about what can be done in marketing, and I don't even use it regularly, but I love it. And I go there and I check it out, occasionally just to see what's new and what's happening with it. One of the really crazy, cool, powerful tools here. Speaking of powerful, crazy, cool tools, KV Core, this is the rock star of CRM pluses. This is where your personal website, your CRM, and your lead generation tool are going to be housed all in one awesome tool. You can find it by going into your KV Core, and it's going to be where I'm going to have you do that thing. This is the reason why I had you open Enterprise. So hopefully you've still got Enterprise open. I'm going to have you, if you have not gone in there, please go into expenterprise.com right now and log in. Again, this is only going to be for those of us who are through onboarding and have our passport set up. Okay, once you're logged into Enterprise, I want you to click on the tab on the left-hand side that says Optional Services. All right, under the Optional Services tab, you will see a place where there's a little checkbox next to KV Core. It's going to say probably sign up or get started or something like that. I think sign up is what it says right now. You're going to click that little box that is going to start the activation process for your KV Core. KV Core can take 7 to 10 business days to get set up, which means that it will not start activating and getting set up until you choose to opt in. The reason why we do it that way is because a lot of agents come from other brokerages and they might already be using a CRM and maybe they already love it, and they're happy with it. We're not trying to mess up your business or throw a wrench in the gears. We want to help you, but I encourage you to do this is because I want it to be ready for you. I want your website to be up and active and running as fast as possible. And again, that's not going to happen until you start the process. Now, your KV Core is going to not only set up your front-facing website, but it's also going to help you manage your leads, contract management. All of your leads can get stored and sorted, and all of that stuff can get done in your KV Core. You'll link it up with your MLS. It's a really, it got mentioned to me. We have a video for getting started with KV Core in the library, but I'm not going to point you there right now because it just got pointed out to me by a couple of agents that some of the info in there is outdated. So we're working right now with KV Core to get an updated version, but there are some really great training classes on KV Core in the expcloud.com site, specifically our KV Core Q&A class, which is where you can ask any questions that you have about that. So while I'm working on getting an updated resource for you in the video library, I'm going to recommend that you take a Q&A class. But check out KV Core, go in there and opt in right now, get your CRM running. It's really, really a great product. And I haven't got, you get, everybody is going to not like something, right? But the overwhelming majority of feedback that I get on KV Core is that everyone loves it, and you get a full agent version of it included in the fees that you're already paying. So your eXp fees already cover a full agent version of your KV Core. So you might as well try it, check it out. It could be a really great thing, and it's a great product. Let's see, Lisa, are those, they should be listed, yes, on the weekly schedule. That is at expcloud.com. I just pasted the link for our calendar, our training calendar site down in the chat box as well. So you should be able to find all of the classes there. Let's say I have my website set up. I want to learn more about how to utilize the CRM. Oh yeah, Lisa, go to the Q&A class for sure. They are going to make you an expert at CRM when you ask those questions. That is pretty much the majority of what those questions end up being. Love it, super easy to use. Make sure to take the Agent Success Series in KV Core. Fantastic. Thank you for the recommendation and the shout out and the information. I love that. So make sure you get in there and take those classes as well. All right. The next platform is SkySlope. SkySlope is your broker compliance platform. How do you minimize the screen? It is covering your eXp slide. Are you talking about the chat box? Or are you talking about the screen on the wall behind me? So there's up in the upper right-hand corner of the chat box, there should be a couple of little arrows like pointing in opposite directions. If you click on hold on that, it should allow you to drag and resize the size of your chat box. Also make sure that your cursor is outside of the chat box and it will minimize that box for you. So anytime you want to open it up and see what the chat is, this is for anybody, just hover your cursor over the box, it'll open up. And then if you move your cursor out, it'll minimize it again for you. All right, so SkySlope is your is going to be your transaction management software. You'll be able to set tasks and reminders, use your DigiSign through there. We have some great training classes again on both SkySlope Basic and Advanced to really help you to understand this program. You can check out skyslope.com on the link that's on this slide right here. Also, if you haven't used it before and you didn't get the link, if you need to create a password, you can use your eXp email and log in using the link at the bottom. SkySlope's another really great product. I don't have a ton to say about it. You can take the classes on it and learn how to use it more in depth. Or if you have any questions specifically about SkySlope and how to use it, you can stop in to the transactions department. Point out there are a couple of those things that we mentioned, being able to get into DigiSign and also the tasks and reminders that you can set for yourself This is a really great transaction management tool, and the classes are really great on helping you get educated on how to use them and some of the more advanced features of it as you get into the advanced class. All right, so what's next? This is kind of where the classes start going once we're getting to the end of them. We want to point out to you the next steps in your journey. For those of you who have not taken the 101 class, again, I recommend that you either come back tomorrow at 8 a.m. and take it live, or that you jump into the University Library on Workplace and take 101. But Fast Start 103 and 104, these are Connect program and Mentor program overviews, so I definitely recommend that you take both of those. Remember, Fast Start is a 14 class series, so taking all of them is to maximize your ability to jump in and get a fast start on your business at eXp within a 14-day period. It's a 2-week series. It constantly replays. So 103, 104, also 106 and 107, estate fundamentals and business planning. Again, you can find all of these on the eXp